Hello and welcome back to another Waffle on a Wednesday. Now before we start this week's Waffle on Wednesday, I'm going to prepare myself a drink, and I thought some of you may be interested in this tasty beverage that I'm about to prepare, so bear with me and I'll just make myself a little drink and I'll share my secret recipe with you. First we need some instant coffee. Anyone will do. I rather like this one. A tasty ice cream, some milk. We're going to need a blender. There's always a blender involved. Okay, so to prepare this tasty beverage, we first start off. This is one of my favourite instant coffees by Dow Egberts. I'm going to put 2 spoons in there because, as you know, I do like a bit of caffeine. Then we take our ice lolly. Anyone will do. I prefer the ones that are covered in chocolate almonds and have ice cream in the middle. We'll take that off of the stick if I can. Oh, it's a little bit tricky. Add some milk. Now this is what I call a proper smoothie. You can't make a smoothie without adding a little bit of ice. Or 3. 4. Got to say, I'm loving having a fridge freezer in my van. It's absolute pure luxury. Anyway, enough waffling on. Let's get this grated up and then I can start this week's. I find you have to let all the bits settle. Do it like this in stages. Fantastic. Glasses here. And there we have a lovely, refreshing beverage. Perfect for a summer's day. A waffle on a Wednesday. Cheers. Now if it was a little bit later on in the day, I would of course add a touch of rum to that, but it is first thing in the morning and I'm not an alcoholic. And with that said, let's get on with this week's Q&A, or as we like to call it, Waffle on a Wednesday. Oh, bit of ice. Got an extra moustache. That is good. Highly recommend it. Right, let's start off with a question from Jamie. Hi Mel, love the Waffle on a Wednesday. Thank you, Jamie. It's such a great show and very helpful. Can I ask a quick question? Of course you can, Jamie. Where do you get your stickers printed? I have a new podcast launching soon and love this idea. Your stickers look brilliant. Thanks again for sharing your advice every week. It really is inspiring and very much appreciated. Thanks, Jamie. Well, thank you, Jamie. That's a very nice message indeed, and good luck with your podcast. Now, as far as my stickers are concerned, the sticker company I use to make my stickers is called Sticker Mule. I will put a link to their website in the description of this video for your convenience. And the reason I went with Sticker Mule is quite simply because they do the bigger round stickers. The other company that I used to use did smaller stickers, so that's why I use Sticker Mule. Although I must say they are quite difficult to peel off and separate. So I apologise to anyone that's brought one of my stickers and have trouble peeling the back off, but I'm sure you'll agree they are quite nice. And if you are interested in buying one of my stickers, then simply click the link down below to buy me a coffee, and in return I will send you a sticker. Once again, Jamie, good luck with your up and coming podcast. I've just made a right mess. I've just spilt my drink everywhere. Oh my god. Now some other people have actually asked what this is hanging from my towel rail. And here's what I'll show you what happens. So if I remove that, you'll see a big problem with having a towel rail and a big open sliding doors. When it's windy, this will come unravelled. Also, when you're driving, it comes unravelled. So I come up with this idea of getting a simple, well, it's not an old bootlace, it's a spare bootlace I had, an old fishing weight, and it's purely just the weight of this hanging over the paper towel that stops it coming undone in the wind or when you're driving. See, and it's really easy and convenient. So there you go, another little tip for you. Oh, I've just got to clean this mess up. I'll do it better in a minute. Let's carry on with this week's Waffle on Wednesday. So here's a comment I'd like to read out. It's in response to last week's Troll of the Week, where somebody was quite rudely taking the mickey out of my baldness. And this comes from Claire Taylor. Thank you, Claire, for this, by the way. I'd love to see you out on the road, and I think you have a lovely head, laugh out loud, and a happy, genuine face. Thank you, Claire. Do I have to pay a fortune for a decent reversing camera with a decent clear dash screen? Some of the prices are shocking. Keep up smiling. Well, Claire, I have actually got a reversing camera fitted to my van. I made the video quite a while ago. I'll try and look through my archives, and if I can find that video, I'll put a link to it up here. And I say that because the dash cam I've actually got in my van is rather good, and I've had it now a couple of years, and yeah, I've had no problems with it at all. So check out this video up here, and I hope it really does help you out. Good luck with searching for a decent dash cam. Thank you, Claire, for the lovely comment. I really do appreciate it. It's so nice I can't put it down. Oh, I've made such a mess down here. Look at this. I've got coffee and chocolate all over one of my stickers. I'm never going to be able to sell that, am I? Tell you what, if you want to win this sticker, leave a comment down below, put a hashtag free sticker, and I'll pick a winner next week. Yeah, good idea. There you go. Free sticker for one of you guys. Hashtag free sticker, and I'll give you a free sticker next week. I'll pick a winner. Hi Mel, just ordered a solar panel to put on my roof and intend on doing a similar way to you have, using Unistrut. I was wondering where you bought yours from, as B&Q, Wickes and Screwfix don't sell it. Well, that comes from Paul Bourne. Paul, I bought my Unistrut from a company called Unistrut Direct, and as the name would suggest, they specialise in Unistrut. I'll try and put a link to their website in the description of this video, and for your convenience I will put a link to my original video that I made when I fitted the Unistrut to my van. I'll put a link to that video up here, purely for your convenience, of course. Now, talking about links to videos, Bothered on Tour leaves a comment. They say, hi Mel, great vids, keep them coming, thank you very much. Just a quick question. You say you put a link in the top of the screen pointing, but they never appear, laugh out loud. Like I say, great vids. Well, Bothered on Tour, the reason they don't appear is probably because you're watching my video on a TV or a mobile phone. The links only appear if you're watching on a laptop or a desktop computer, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure, so do leave me a comment in the comment section of this video and let me know what you're watching the videos on. Are you watching on a TV or your phone or a laptop or a desktop? I'd really appreciate your feedback so that I know and I can pass that information on to you guys. Thank you for taking the time to comment, I really appreciate it. Now, Rennie Williams asked a serious question about gas safety, and I quote, I am working on a van build. I am a smoker, so would it be safe to have a gas stove or would I blow it to pieces? Well, Rennie, I'd highly suggest you do not smoke in your van whilst you've got your gas on, unless of course you've lit your gas, but nevertheless it can be extremely dangerous smoking in such a confined space, so I highly recommend you give up smoking. That way you'll be around a lot longer to enjoy the fruits of your labour. Now, I know giving up smoking is a very difficult thing to do. I've done it myself. I used to smoke many years ago, and giving up smoking was one of the hardest things I ever did, but boy, what a sense of achievement. Once I got through that barrier and gave up smoking, I realised that if I really put my mind to anything, I can achieve anything. And whenever I come up against a brick wall and I'm trying to get something done and I can't quite push through it, I always remind myself, hey, once I used to be a smoker and I managed to give up smoking, and if I can give up smoking, I can achieve anything. So Rennie, I wish you all the best of luck with your van build. Please do try and give up smoking, and like I say, you will be around a lot longer to enjoy the fruits of your labour. Thanks for the great question and good luck. Okay, so it's time we've all been waiting for, and that is this week's Troll of the Week.
Troll of the Week.
Now, to be fair, the next couple of comments I'm going to read out aren't really trolling comments, although they are having quite a dig at me, and the dig is for riding my e-bike through a crowded pedestrianised street. I'm going to read these out. And the first comment comes from Mark. Nice video, Mel, but I have to say cycling through a pedestrian area isn't cool. I'm not having a go because you're new to cycling, but etiquette would be to walk. Alamo Canyon says, there's a reason it was dicey going through the high street. It's a pedestrianised, and as such motorised vehicles are banned. You should have kept to the roads. If you hit an old granny or some if you hit an old granny or some even a pisshead coming out of a pub, you would have been in serious trouble. Now, in my defence, I was kind of riding my e-bike through a pedestrianised seat, but I wasn't really riding it. I was just dangling my feet on the floor and sort of scooting it along. I wasn't riding it properly. I was going really slow, and I was giving way to pedestrians and being really super careful. But thank you for your concern. And you can rest assured that I was super careful when going through the high street with all those pedestrians around. I even got off and pushed it at one point when there was quite a few people all crowded around the ice cream shop. But to be honest, I was thinking of popping in the shop, but there wasn't anywhere to secure my bike, and I didn't want anyone scooting off on it. But like I say, thank you for the comment and thank you for your concern, and sorry to have to call you this week's Trolls of the Week. But please bear in mind, it's all done lightheartedly and in good fun. Thank you. Now, this next comment comes from John. He's got a fantastic idea and a brilliant way of stopping people from stealing your Mercedes Sprinter. And he says, "Hi, I've just made my Sprinter harder to steal. I've turned the driver's seat around and locked it in place. You can't get to it unless you have an angle grinder. Cheers, great show, JC." JC, that is a stroke of genius. There you go. If you've got swivel seats in your van, just simply turn them around and put a padlock in place so you can't turn the seat facing the right way. I mean, that would make it pretty impossible for anyone to drive it off. Fantastic idea. Where can I get a swivel seat base from? Please leave a comment in the comment section of this video to where I can get a swivel seat base for my Sprinter. Brilliant. Now, whenever I talk about the internet and my internet router, people always pick up on the fact that I say router rather than router. Lots of people commenting on this, including Big Al's Motorhome Adventures. Every time you say router, I think you're going to do woodwork. I think the internet router is pronounced router. Okay, so for all those people out there that seem to be really infuriated and they get furious about me using the word router rather than router, allow me to explain my pronunciation and why I call an internet router a router and not a router. Now, I have spent an awful lot of time abroad in foreign countries, and when the internet really started to become its own thing, I just happened to be abroad. So everyone was talking about the internet and internet routers, so that kind of stuck with me. Also, when I was a really young lad growing up in a hard working class environment, it was a tough life, and Rebecca takes great pleasure in teasing me by saying, "Please sir, can I have some more?" Or she calls me governor. "All right, governor." And growing up in a working class background, you quite often hear geezers saying really nasty and derogatory stuff about the fairer sex. And one of those terms quite often used, and I do apologise if this offends anyone, but quite a lot of geezers would say, "Cool, I wouldn't mind giving her a good rooting." And that to me is nasty. I just don't like that phrase at all. And for that reason, I don't call an internet router a router. I prefer to use the word router rather than router. And also, in my defence, I will show you something here. I'll put a picture up here of my internet router, and if you check the spelling on that, it clearly says Netgear Internet Router. So that's why I use the word router and not router. I hope that clears that up, and I do hope that hasn't offended anybody. Now, talking about Rebecca, don't forget she's got her own YouTube channel, and she's just recently uploaded a couple of van tour videos. So if you're looking for inspiration and ideas on how to lay out your camper van, then do go check out Rebecca's channel. I'll put a link to her channel right here. And also, if you've got any questions for me, then please do feel free to leave those comments in the comment section of this video, and I'll do my best to answer your questions next week. Thanks for watching this video. Ta-da for now.